wanna sing. Yes, I can't help it. God makes me wanna sing. Makes me feel so good. I can do most anything. I'm loving every living thing. Well, I can see the face of God on paupers and kings. You see, we're all precious, no one's less, no one more. We all got the same treasure in store. I'm loving every living thing. Yeah, 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 yes, I can't help it. God makes me wanna sing. Yes, I can't help it. God makes me wanna sing. Yes, makes me feel so good. I can do most anything. I'm believing in my guiding light. You see, no matter what comes, I know it's gonna be alright. Yes, I just dig right down to just how I feel. Then I take a deep breath and I grab the wheel. I'm believing in my guiding line. Yeah, yeah, yes, I can't help it. God makes me wanna sing. I can't help it. God makes me wanna sing. Yes, makes me feel so good. I can do most anything. Hey, said I'm rising to a higher place. Yes, with the wind to the back and the sun up on my face. You see, I'm living the dream a little more each day, and it keeps getting easier to find my way. I'm rising to a higher place. Yeah, 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 yeah. I can't help it. God makes me wanna sing. Oh yes, I can't help it. God makes me wanna sing. Yes, makes me feel so good. I can do most anything. Yeah, 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 yes. Good morning. I'd love if everybody could stand and join in this next song. It says, this day is a witness to my sacred purpose, to all that I'm meant to be. This day is a witness to my sacred purpose, to all that I'm meant to be. Same thing. Oh, this day is a witness to my sacred purpose, to all that I'm meant to be. Letting it in, letting it flow, letting it go where it will go, letting the power of your presence show the way. I will bear witness to your love. I will bear witness to your love for all my life. You say that with me? I will bear witness to your love. I will bear witness to your love. I will bear witness to your love for all my life. Oh, yes. I will bear witness to your love. I will bear witness to your love. I will bear witness to your love for all my life. Yes, I will bear witness to your love. I will bear witness to your love. I will bear witness to your love for all my life. Ooh, yes. Y'all know this one. Here we go. Swing wide the doors. Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. I'm not holding it in anymore. I'm gonna shout it out loud. I understand now what I'm here for and what this life is about. It's about love, it's about laughter, it's about comfort and smiles. It's about love, it's about kindness, it's about hearts open wide. It's about love, it's about passion, it's about taking a chance. It's about love, it's about service, it's about lending a hand, lending a hand. Oh, swing wide the doors, the time is right. Yeah, swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. You see, there's a voice that I've heard for years. I learned to keep it inside. Well, now it's coming out loud and clear. I want a deeper life. It's about love, it's about laughter, it's about comfort and smiles. It's about love, it's about kindness, it's about hearts open wide. It's about love, it's about passion, it's about taking a chance. It's about love, it's about service, it's about lending a hand, lending a hand. Oh, swing wide the doors, the time is right. Oh, yes, swing wide the doors to let in the light. Oh, bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. Yeah.
Good morning, good morning. Welcome everyone to Unity Church of Overland Park. How y'all doing this morning? You certainly are. I'm sitting over there and I see the clapping going, I see the dancing, I saw hands being raised and shaken. I mean, the music is fabulous and it is just so wonderful to be with all of you today. I'm Reverend Eileen Stulak. I'm the Associate Minister here of Operations, and with joining me this morning,
I'm Reverend Jen Hutchins, founder of Unity Arts Ministry, and I am honored to be a guest here today.
Oh, it's always fun to work and play with you up here.
Of course.
And we're doing so because our senior minister, Reverend Jackie Fernandez, she has been working this past week in what I'm just going to call the UCOP satellite office out in Colorado with her wife and a family. She did text me and Jen early this morning, said she's watching. So hi, Jackie. It's good
We're
to see
blessing 'em.
you. Hi, Tammy and everybody. We miss you, we love you, and we will welcome you back, Jackie, here early into this coming week. We got some other people to acknowledge,
We
don't
do. We have some fabulous people to acknowledge, and I'm going to read them so that I don't get the names wrong here. We have Reverend Fred Albers. We have Willis White as our soloist today, Terry Swope on guitar, James Albright on bass, Brian Seaver on drums, and Jasmine Velasco, our ASL interpreter. Keep going. We have more.
We have more?
Do we have more?
No,
Everybody?
We're good. We're good. We got
To
'em
everybody else who is helping out today, thank you.
There you go.
So many people to bless you all.
All right, well, let's get started as we always do with a bit of an opening prayer, okay? And so we do just take a moment here in the room, all of you online with us in the balcony. You know, one of our core values here in this ministry is that of spirit-led. And the defining words that we have attached to that core value are that we turn within the Spirit for guidance and active communication. And so, dear Spirit, we have, and we do now, turn within to your presence within us, your presence in everyone and everything around us. And on this first Sunday of this new year, our White Stone Sunday, it's truly all about guidance coming forth from within. Guidance that we will write on a stone and also hold in our hearts to be that beacon of light to guide us throughout this wonderful gift of a new year. And so we set an intention this day, this moment, to actively communicate with Spirit each and every day, knowing that we are never alone in anything we do, in anything we experience. And it's because of one of the most powerful statements of spiritual truth that I would invite you now to join together and affirm with me aloud that there is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, God, the source of all good.
And now we take this knowing God, the source of all good, as we take a moment to bless those prayer requests that have come in from our community. And we hold those that were presented to us, written, spoken, unspoken, those that are sent via heart-to-heart message. We hold them all in our hearts now, knowing that the guidance that is sought is provided. The love and understanding is there and present right now, for God is present in every situation. Divine healing is active in and through each one of us, right where we are. We allow this light to move through us, providing all that we need for the true answer to all prayers is God, the knowing of God. For this we are so grateful. Amen. Really is hard not to dance when you're up here. I'm still Reverend Jen.
And I'm Ellis, and we have a few brief announcements for you. First, a reminder that our Yarn Blessings group will meet today at 2 p.m., and this will be held back in the cafe area just behind the doors in the back. And then You might want to mark your calendars. The group will also have their social gathering on Monday evening, January 15th at 6 p.m., also in the cafe.
And we have some very exciting things coming up for you. There's a new powerful series beginning next Sunday. It is titled Healing Humanity, Spiritual Oneness, and Inclusiveness. This series will explore the depths of the spiritual concepts of oneness and inclusiveness as remedies for our very real experiences of separation from one another and from God. Reverend Jackie and Reverend Eileen will kick it off next week with a conversation about their personal journeys, as well as their commitment to and inspiration for the spiritual imperative to dismantle systemic racism. Following the service at 11:30, there will be an open discussion, an opportunity to gather here in the sanctuary and online via Zoom to reflect further on the message, share your thoughts and ideas, or ask any questions you may have. Anyone wishing to join us online can receive the Zoom link by using the registration link in our e-news. This will also be available after the service on January 21st.
And then on the final Sunday of the series, on January 28th, we will feature author of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion and anti-racism consultant Lisa Benson as our guest speaker, and then for an interactive workshop at 12 noon titled Emerging as the Best Version of You Through a Life of Learning and Unlearning. Both of her presentations will inspire and empower all who attend to step into action and to be lifelong learners in their relentless pursuit of inclusion and belongingness. Registration for the workshop is $20, and lunch will be provided on a love offering basis. And you can sign up for the workshop at the table set up in the cafe or online using the link provided in our e-news.
Lastly, if anyone's interested in becoming a member of UCOP, the next new member orientation will be offered by the ministerial team via Zoom on 2 Tuesday evenings, February 6th and 13th at 6:30 p.m. You'll meet others who are considering membership, learn about Unity history, and meet UCOP leaders who will share how you can get more involved at the ministry. You can sign up at the table at the back or by using the link included in the e-news.
Now let us join together in speaking our joint vision statement of the Unity movement. A world powerfully transformed through the growing movement of shared spiritual awakening.
Bring it on, everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. I'm through crying, I'm through waiting, I'm through hope against all hope. I'm through longing for something gone that'll never return. Yeah, I think I finally learned. So bring it on, everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. I'm through grieving, I'm through dreaming that the life I had is ever coming back. No more wishing someone else's star that'll never be mine. Yeah, I think it's time to bring it on. Everything new, everything different, everything true. Said I am ready for my next thing to do. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. Yeah, see, I've survived many times before. Broken hearts and slamming doors. But I'll be alright, yes I will, once more. Just as I did back then, I'm gonna rise again. So bring it on, everything new. I said everything that's different, everything true. See, I am ready for my next thing to do. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. So bring it on, everything new, everything different, everything true. Said I'm ready for my next thing to do. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new.
Ooh, my goodness, bring it on, Mr. Willis. Oh, my goodness, thank you so much. The band, always so fantastic, so fantastic. All right, so for anybody that wasn't with us at the very beginning of the service, let me just say once again, welcome to this wonderful new year of 2024. If you were with us last Sunday, or if you viewed the service online since then, we celebrated a time of release, a time of letting go, leaving behind anything in our lives that felt complete, releasing any of the burdens that we knew we really didn't want to carry forward into 2024, and doing this all through the sacred ritual of the burning bowl. Well, I want to take us back just a little bit further than just last week, just a little bit further. I'd like to go back to the spring of 2012. Just a little. Maybe some of you remember that in 2012, it was Kansas celebrating our sesquicentennial, the 150th birthday of our state. And our state motto, if you don't know it, is "To the stars through difficulty." And when I looked that up on what Kansas websites, it said in part that that's representative of the aspirations and the hardworking spirit of our state. Now, I don't remember the exact project or how it came to be, but to the best of my recollection, in 2012, there is what I'm calling a celebratory project, wherein 150 people were invited to write just a short narrative, like a poem, in honor of our state and in honor of all that our motto means. Now, our dear friend, singer, songwriter, person extraordinaire, Kelly Hunt, was one of those people. And go ahead, maybe she's watching. No, actually, I think she's doing White Stone over in Lawrence, so energetically, she knows we're talking about her. But she wrote entry number 58. And when I saw it on Facebook, 12 years ago now, I immediately printed it out and taped it into one of my journals. Now, even though written in the spring about a very different and specific celebration, its words provide a wonderful honoring of all that we experienced last week and what it represented for us, and a perfect segue into a new year and our White Stone ritual that we'll celebrate together in just a bit. So this is what Kelly wrote. Now is the season to know all is not lost. Hearts can blossom like tender lilacs, fragrant and overflowing. So full of light and spark, their branch bends in humble reverence to the warming ground. Unfurl the ribbons of restraint that have wrapped themselves around you like a gift, but wholly binding, longing for their moment with the wind, leaping with surrender, clear surrender on currents of flap and song. What lived before lies behind you. What breathes now is all there is, cradled in the knowing of grace and gratitude. Now is the season to know everything you are is sacred. Now is the season to know everything you are is sacred. And I would add to that statement, and therefore, this is the season that you begin to remember why you are here. Now, some of you before the service started saw my sweatshirt, and I know it's going to be a little bit hard to see from where everybody is seated, but if you can, it says, remember your why. Remember your why. The last few lessons I've done, I have shared bits and pieces of a personal solo spiritual retreat that I took in early October of last year. And on my first day, I took a break from what I had begun to work with and started scanning my phone a little bit, and I saw an ad with this shirt on it. And the thought that immediately came into my mind was that if anybody saw me that day in this shirt and asked me what my why was, I would not have been able to answer them. And that felt both depressing and exciting all at the same time. So I ordered the sweatshirt, I chose excitement, and these three words ended up playing a very pivotal role through all of the inner work that ended up taking place throughout my entire week of retreat. Asking ourselves, what is my why, is another way of just asking ourselves, what is our purpose? What is my purpose? And when I think about that, for me, living my purpose, living on purpose, means that I'm clear about what I believe my life mission to be. It means that I understand why I'm here and what it is that I'm to do. It means that I'm living my life with clarity, I'm living it with focus, I'm living it with intention. And the word that jumps out at me most in that summary is the word focus. Because it seems to me, without focus, how would we gain clarity? Without focus, how could we get clear about any of our intentions? And another thing that struck me after I wrote that out that I really like is that living on purpose, as in my context, is offered in a very broad sense. That is, it refers to being clear about our life mission. Not just one part, not only clarity about relationships or career or health or anything else. All of those things and more of them are all a part of what makes up our mission. They're a part of our overall why we feel we are here and what we feel impelled to do and to be in our lives. So let's drill down a little bit more on this idea of focus and see how it can help us stay true to our purpose, stay true to and help us to remember our why. When I was serving my former church in Traverse City, Michigan, there was a congregant there who would send me an email at the turn of every new year. And the email was always the same one. It had the same attachment to it. It was a listing from a man by the name of John Gordon, and that listing was titled 20 Tips for a Positive New Year. Now, as an aside, I checked his website this past Friday when I was writing, and he's still issuing his list. He's got 24 up there, except now he's offering 21 tips for a positive new year. So more positivity being spread by Mr. Gordon. If you don't know of him, he's an author. He is a very well-known business consultant. He's known for his work with corporate entities. He is very known for his work with coaches at the professional level of professional sporting teams. And he focuses on things like leadership, culture, teamwork, and most importantly, maintaining a positive mindset. Now, the annual email that my congregant sent me in 2015 was one that also caught my eye, and I took some notes about it, and I held on to it. Now, many of the tips at that time spoke to areas of discontent and challenge and a little bit of upset that were happening in my life. And two of the tips speak very directly to our thread of purpose and focus today. And so those two I want to share with you. And in the first one, Mr. Gordon wrote, "Every day, focus on your purpose. Remember why you do what you do. We don't get burned out because of what we do. We get burned out because we forget why we do it." So right there again, we have the reminder. Don't limit yourselves to relating burnout only to work, only to career. None of these lists from Mr. Gordon are about work. That's not what he's speaking of. It is a list to help support us to have a positive experience in our lives as these new years have unfolded. In life, all of it, any aspect at any time of any day. And what I liked about this particular tip when I stepped back a little bit further and I started to read it through a spiritual lens is that it gets me immediately out of my head. It gets me turning away from all the outer distractions. And it reminds me to go back into the inner calling, into the inner passion, into the inner purpose that comes forth from my higher self, from Spirit's presence in me. Spirit's presence in you. I'm sure many of you are familiar with the author Eckhart Tolle and one of his books, which is The Power of Now. And in it, he wrote, "Your life's journey has an outer purpose and it has an inner purpose. The outer purpose is to arrive at your goal, your destination, to accomplish what you set out to do. Your inner purpose has nothing to do with where you're going or with what you're doing, but everything about how. Your outer journey may contain 1,000,000 steps. Your inner journey only has one, and it is the step you are taking right now. As you become more deeply aware of the one step, you realize that it already contains within itself all the other steps as well as all of the destinations. When we live our life from the divine presence of Spirit in us, focusing on our inner purpose, everything else is made known to us. And sometimes that's clarity that says that we might need to pay attention to some things and make some changes. And other times it is clarity about we are absolutely doing exactly what we're supposed to be doing. I mentioned that in 2015 there were some challenges in my life, and I was asking myself, why am I here? Why, in God's name, God, am I doing this? You know, those questions and others applied to several different aspects of my life at that time. And I could say the same thing about my time of retreat in October. But here's the difference. In October, the questions I asked were, all right, God, let's do this. Why am I here? Why am I doing this? Why now? There's a little bit of difference, tonal difference between the two. Because in 2015, I was focused nearly 100% on the outer circumstances in my life. Whereas, well, I should say, because I hope you got it when I said those questions, they were coming from a place of negativity, sometimes of anger, frustrations, impatience, resistance. In 2023, I was focused nearly 100% on the inner presence of Spirit in me. And I had set an intention going into that time of retreat that every question I asked and every answer I was discerning was going to be offered and then received and filtered through a few things that were non-negotiable. They would have to align with my sense of self-worth and authenticity. They would have to align with my personal values and my professional ethics. They would have to align with things like love and compassion and forgiveness. And the more that I stayed focused on the inner, even in the midst of some of the pain that focus brought into light for me to see and to be with, the more excited I became, and the more those outer steps and those destination points that Tolly referenced began to come clear as well. The second tip from Mr. Gordon that I wanted to offer today is this. He said, focus on get to versus have to. Each day, focus on what you get to do, not what you have to do. Life is a gift, not an obligation. That last sentence, life is a gift, not an obligation. Get your favorite beverage and ponder that for a while when you have some time. The first time I read it, I just sat there for a long time realizing how many times I used the words have to. And just simple, everyday statements. You know, and I think about it just in terms of this morning. Did any of you think to yourself or say out loud to someone else, I have to get dressed to go to church now? Or I have to brush off the snow or the ice from my car before I go to church today? Or I have to put the coffee on and heat up a muffin before I take my seat in the balcony at church today? How different might it feel if instead your thoughts or your statements were, I get to get dressed for church this morning. Translate, I received the gift of a new day and I have clothes to wear. Or I get to brush the snow off of my car before going to church. Translate, I have a gift of a car and a church I love. Or I get to make a warm cup of coffee and a delicious muffin that I will enjoy as much as I enjoy sitting in the balcony at church. That translates, I am grateful to have food that nourishes both my body and soul. Now, I'll admit, I've not completely broken my habits, long-standing habits in this regard. Just this morning, in less than an hour's time, I caught myself thinking, I have to be at church by 8:30. And then I got here and it was like, oh, I have to get mic'd up for sound check. I have to make a few notes on my service script. But as I continue trying, I always have a better, more uplifting experience in how I feel when I change those words. And nothing has changed in the outer. I still had to put a mic on. I still had to, get here by a certain time, right? But what changes is that inner shift that occurs as I view the seeming simplest of things in life as gifts being offered to me and not obligations or something I have to do. I say simple, and yet each one of these shifts takes us deeper into God in us, the deeper a sense of clarity and purpose and remembrance of our why we will have. Today, we have the opportunity to set these shifts into motion. White Stone Sunday is all about setting an intention to turn within to Spirit first, always in this new year. And just as my sweatshirt, served as a tangible reminder for me to do that last fall, so too will the white stone and the word or words that we discern to place upon them will do this year. So before we go any further, I want to take care of some of the details, and then we can move into our time of ritual without outer distractions. And so I want to make sure first that everyone who wants to have a stone and a pencil has them. If you do not, please raise your hand high and keep it there until our ushers find you to give you one. So if you need one, please raise your hand now. And for those of you in the balcony, If you have a stone with you that you would like to write on, please make that handy for yourself. Or maybe you have just a piece of paper, maybe you've got a personal journal, go ahead and get those as well. And to our online folks, if you would like to receive one of these white stones, I believe we will have a surplus after the service. But just put it in the comments online with the way that we can contact you, or just email the church offices, and we will take care of getting one of these to you. Now, when it's time, Reverend Fred and Willis will lead us into the ritual with a song. There'll be a brief spoken meditation, and then a few moments, extended moments for you to just discern what it is that Spirit wants to place upon your heart for you to place upon your stone today. And the only guidance I'm going to offer to you in this regard is to follow your guidance. And when it reveals your word, just write it on your stone. We'll bless the stones at the end and close with a reprise of the song. Now, typically, we preface the white stone ritual by sharing its scriptural reference and its history. If you'd like to read about the scriptural reference, just go to the book of Revelation in the Bible. It's in chapter 2, right around verse 17. Today, I wanted to focus on the stone itself and tell you a bit of its story, so that the sacredness of its creation and its arrival in your hands today can be present with us during the ritual. So we receive these stones every year, as do many Unity churches and other churches as well. We receive them all from Jerusalem Stone Company, which is just down the road a little ways in Kansas City, Missouri. Its founder is Sam Nachum, and I hope I pronounced his name correctly. And he was born in a small village, mountain village in Jerusalem, Israel. In 1992, when he was confined to bed for a year after having neck and back surgery, he was watching television as the practice of rock throwing began in Israel, something that arose out of the conflict between Israel and Palestine. And this tore at Sam's heart, and he wanted to literally take the stones from Israel and offer them to those who would appreciate them and not abuse them. His thought was to take something being made out to be negative, show its beauty, and offer it and share it with Israelis and Palestinians alike. So he and his wife Dana traveled back to Israel when he was able, and he met with the largest stone factories there, owned by both Israelis and Palestinians, and began to forge relationships with both, and thus began the creation of their company, Jerusalem Stone. When you receive a shipment of these Jerusalem stones, it often comes with an insert. And the insert shares that even when conflict is present, divergent peoples can come together. It goes on to share the beliefs and the guiding philosophy by which Sam, Dana, and now their grown son, Ben, who works with them as well, what they live by. And in part, that philosophy reads, "We work directly with the quarries, both Israeli and Palestinian. We believe in functioning together, thinking differently, building relationships. We believe and share the idea that friendship is a medicine of life. We can work together and not destroy each other. This is something we believe in. We feel honored to be a part of efforts to make the world a more beautiful place." A lot has changed in Israel and Palestine last year. The rocks have taken new and such violent new forms, and we've been watching their horrific results. I have no idea if the quarries still exist. What I do know is that pieces from those quarries were turned into beautiful stones that have made their way into our hands today. So as we prepare to turn within, doing so, we are always reminded of our oneness that we share with all people. And we can do one thing that we can always do when it comes to the conflict and war now taking place in Israel and Palestine. We can hold a space that affirms that divergent peoples can come together and build relationships that turn into friendships. We can affirm that thinking differently, yet functioning and working together instead of destroying each other. And we can affirm being a part of making this world a more beautiful place. This year, these stones are more blessed than we can imagine. So please allow their energies of peace and love and beauty to open your hearts as I now ask Reverend Fred and Willis to lead us into our time of sacred ritual.
God is, I am, right here, right now, right here, right now. God is, I am, God is. I am right here, right now, right here, right now. God is, I am.
God is, I am. A holy partnership that had no beginning and will have no end. It simply is and will always be. We breathe into this experience with every breath. Outer distractions fade away. With every breath, we gently move deeper into spirit. Perhaps we can hear Spirit asking us, why are you here? And perhaps your answer would be to remember who I am. To remember why I am here. To remember who I am to be. And so another breath, letting all distracting thoughts be still, all other voices be quieted. For in this space, resting at the very center of your being, it is you, it is God. Let go into that love, divine love that is now ready to move in you, speak to you. Let go and begin remembering your why, your guiding light for this wondrous year. we come back together now. As your words have come forth, they have been blessed by the stone upon which they've been written. And if your word is not yet clear, that's quite all right. Trust and know it is on its way. And so we bless these stones and all that they represent. We bless them in faith, knowing that as we claim our intentions, we begin drawing to us all that is needed to live them fully. We do this all in partnership with Spirit, remembering always that God is and I am.
God is, I am, right here, right now, right here, right now. God is, I am.
And now is the time in our service where we get to share our blessings in return for this spiritual community, where we get to remember our why, the why that you are here this morning, that you are in the balcony this morning. In what way is the mission, the vision of this ministry supporting your why? You get to give. What a blessing that is. So as we take our love offerings in our hands or in our hearts, we affirm together, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And I am joy-filled and grateful. So it is.
I'm through asking where I'm going. I've been asking for all my life. I've grown tired of all this wondering when everything seems to turn out right. So when my mind needs something to do, wants to know the future, I whisper this: I'm okay. I've always been, and I'll always be that way. So here goes nothing. I'm taking my chance. I'm opening up, knowing that I'm in good hands. And here goes everything. It's all on the line. Oh, but I'm not afraid this time. Ooh. Some say I'm crazy, some say naive, to close my eyes and take the leap. But I know better, 'cause I believe even in the dark, my soul can see. So when my mind plays its usual games, oh, my answer is always the same. Here goes nothing. I'm taking my chance. I'm opening up, knowing that I'm in good hands. And here goes everything. It's all on the line. Oh, but I'm not afraid this time. Said, here goes everything. I'm taking a chance. I'm opening up, knowing that I'm in good hands. And here goes everything. It's all on the line. Oh, but I'm not afraid this time. Said I'm not afraid this time. No, I'm not afraid this time because I'm okay. And I've always been, and I'll always be that way. Said you're okay. You've always been, and you'll always be that way.
Oh, Willis White, you are okay. Okay. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, as well as Reverend Fred and the band. Love your music every single week. It is so uplifting and supportive in many ways. We're also very grateful for our volunteer team of the month, and that is our flowers team, who do this every week that I couldn't do if I tried. And again, we just so appreciate it's just a blessing to have something that has been created to be included as a partner to our Christ candle and our altar. So if you are on our flower team, could you please stand if you're here so that we can acknowledge you and say thank you. So thank you very much. A couple quick reminders before we are complete. Please join us in the cafe just out the back doors here into the fellowship time. There's some treats and coffee and beverages for you, and of course a time of just connecting with one another. And also while you're out there, there is a table set up and there's a sign to guide you for registering for the workshop that we're going to be having with Lisa Benson on January 28th from noon to 2. As the announcement said, we're going to have lunch provided for those attending, and Lisa sat with the staff actually for when we just recently completed the Dismantling Racism class with our staff, and she came in, was a part of that. She is a fabulous, fabulous human being. She is so in tune with what we're doing, and she can't wait to get here to support us in everything that this new series is all about. And so check that out. And so now we join together with me, and let's affirm, from our souls, the mission statement of this beloved community. Together, Unity Church of Overland Park transforms lives and empowers people to make a difference in the world. Come back next week, invite your family and friends. Reverend Jackie will be back. As you know, she and I are going to kick off our new series, and so it's just going to be, we're excited. We can't wait to get that going. And so now, do we have any children today that I wasn't checking as I usually do? If nobody coming? Okay, well then let's just move right into our closing song. Oh, we got kids? Oh, come on, come on.
As the light, as the light, as the light, we are walking as the light of God. As the light, as the light, as the light, as the light. light, as the light, as the light of God. We are walking as the light, as the light.
As a light, we are walking in the light, as the light of God.
Good morning, friends. Happy January, Happy New Year. We have Emily and Cameron today, and we were able to share a little bit of Reverend Eileen's message about remembering our why and talking about how we get to versus how we have to, which was very, very good. So if anybody is interested in Girl Scout cookies, little shameless plug here for Emily. So again, Happy New Year. Thank you so much. And if you would please stand for our remaining song.
If you wake up and don't want to smile, if it takes just a little while, open your eyes and look at the day. You'll see things in a different way. So don't stop thinking about tomorrow. Don't stop. It'll soon be here. It'll be here better than before.
Yesterday's gone, yesterday's gone.
Why not think about the time to come and not about the things you've done? If your life was bad to you, just think of what tomorrow will do. Oh, now don't stop thinking about tomorrow. Don't stop. It'll soon be here. It'll be here better than before. Yesterday's gone. Yesterday's gone. Bless it. All I want is to see you smile. Hey, if it takes just a little while. Yes, I know you don't believe that it's true, but I never meant any harm to you. Oh, so don't stop thinking about tomorrow. Don't stop. It'll soon be here. It'll be here better than before. Yesterday's gone. Yesterday's gone. Don't stop thinking about tomorrow. Don't stop. It'll soon be here. It'll be here better than before. Yesterday's gone. Yesterday's gone. Don't you look back, don't you look back, don't you look back, yeah, yeah. That's it. Don't you look back, yeah. Don't stop thinking about it. Don't you look back, yeah, 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 yeah. Don't you look back, yeah, 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 yeah.
And if you join with me now in closing with our prayer of protection, everyone together. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us wherever we are. God is, and all is well. Have a wonderful week, everybody.